Welcome back to another episode of From Our Perspective. I'm your boy Dion coming back to you with another episode. Thank you for joining us, guys. Please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. Don't forget to hit that link. We got some merch. But you guys know I am always joined by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Captain Hater. Q, how you doing again?
Hey man, what it do, what it is. Y'all already know the vibes. Show boy. Mr. Day, I can't say your name up on the spot. What's going on, Dio?
Man, nothing. This is going good. I just kind of realized that there's a lot going on sports wise. You got the WNBA playoffs starting. We getting the awards starting to roll in. NFL is heating up. College is heating up. And here next month we're gonna be talking about some NBA basketball. Man, it's just crazy. It's crazy. But like I first mentioned, the WNBA playoffs just started, and the awards have just started to roll in. We got the Rookie of the Year, Paige Buckets. We knew that award was at our house when she got drafted. Let's call it spade a spade. It was already there. Congratulations to her though, well deserved. Six women came out. Coach of the Year came out. I'll let you tell the people who won those, but I want to focus on the Defensive Player of the Year award, and it was a co-defensive player of the year. It was given to Elena Smith, who plays for the Lynx, and Aja Wilson, who plays for the Aces. Obviously, two women co. There's been co MVPs in the NFL and basketball and NBA and stuff like that. But how do you feel about co two people winning the same award? Like at some point, I feel like you just need to flip a coin and give it to somebody. What they gonna split the trophy in half?
Man, WNBA better pony up and give both these women a trophy. So that's the thing, right? So like first team, they don't get trophies for that. They just get named to the first team.
Yeah.
I don't know. Part of me hates it, part of me don't care. If it makes sense. Part of me is like, all right, man, if both these women deserve it, then let's give both of them their opportunities, especially Alana Smith, because of the fact, Asia Wilson already got it. She
Yeah.
already got companies, right? Alana Smith deserves that recognition too, especially if they want to give it to Asia Wilson. That being said, can I say this real quick? I really thought it was going to be Gabby Wilson. Is it Wilson? Gabby Williams. I thought she was going to be, if it was going to be anybody, I thought it was going to be her. But apparently I was wrong. So
Yeah.
shout out Alana Smith. I mean, I don't watch you play, but I was unfamiliar with your game completely to know that you was going to win co-defensive player of the year. But I don't know, dog. I'm kind of 50. I'm kind of 50-50 on it.
I
So
am 50-50. I'm 100% hater.
I heard you.
I 100% hater. But it is what it is. Congratulations to both ladies. They clearly both did deserve the award. I mean, I'm not going to say they didn't. I just would have preferred if it was just one person. But let's go ahead and move on to the sixth woman in the coach of the year.
All right, bet. Let me read these off to you. Coach of the year was Natalie Not Case, the Golden State Valkyries head coach. Like I know we're gonna talk about it later, but shout out to them because they made it. They made it to the playoffs. And then six woman. Well, most improved was Veronica Burton that also plays for the Valkyrie. And then six woman of the year will be announced on September 20th. The finalists for the MVP will be announced on September 19th, with the winner being announced on September 21st.
Okay.
Which, I know you're going to talk about Rookie of the Year. Well,
Uh,
you already said, well, Rookie of the Year pages,
yeah.
It,
Like we said, we knew. I mean, it was at her house when she got drafted. So come on now.
yeah, which I really think it was really no competition for it, Rookie of the Year. No, you know what I'm saying? No offense to any other rookies because it's been some solid WNBA rookies. But
Yeah.
Paige was putting up points. Hell, when she put up at 40 points, it was curtain season.
Yeah, it was curtains. They might
It
as well
was
have shipped it there.
yeah. When Paige put up 40 points, it was kind of like, all right, Kiki. I don't want to pronounce her last name wrong, but I'm just gonna go with Kiki. She played solid. the Sparks, Brown, I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but the rookie for the Sparks, she played well too, but you knew what it was.
Yeah, you knew what it was, but like we said, the playoffs are just starting. Some teams have gotten eliminated. I do want to start out with the Golden State Valkyries. You just mentioned they had the coach of the year. They made it to the playoffs in their very first year. They did end up losing to the Minnesota Lynx 75-74 in a tough fought loss. But hey, you got to give them credit for making to the playoffs in their very first year. Expansion teams ain't supposed to do that. Especially they getting scraps from other teams, scraps from the not scraps from the Jazz, but they getting scraps from other teams in the drafts. They just trying to find. They're really just trying to piece together a team to get things going. They didn't just piece together a team. They got a team together to challenge the playoffs, to get in the playoffs and challenge the Minnesota Lynx, who me and you think are probably looking to win it all because of what happened in the playoffs last year. But how you feeling about the Golden State Valkyrie finally making it to the playoffs in their very first season?
Man, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I was like, I don't think we given enough credit to the Golden State Valkyries. This ain't something you do. Make it as an expansion team, making it to the playoff. That's something you don't see in sports. Most of the time, expansion teams, let's be real, they struggle for about 5 to 6 years.
Yep.
Let's just call a spade a spade. They struggle for 5 to 6 years. I remember when the Houston Texans came in, struggled. I remember when the Charlotte Bobcats, remember the Bobcats before they came back to the Hornets? The Charlotte
They
Bobcats.
still struggling.
Yeah, true. They only had like 2 playoff wins since they came back. But that's not even series. I'm talking about just wins, not even series wins. We just game wins. But they struggle. Teams struggle. Hell, when the Browns came back, they struggled for a little bit. It ain't something you typically see. So I don't think we give it enough credit. I don't think it's enough praise being hyped for pushed onto the Golden State Valkyries as being an expansion team. But it's going to put a lot of pressure on the new expansion teams because it's shown that, hey, it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to have the right pieces. But that gives credit to the front office because some fact they looked at the role players of the other teams and said, we can gather all of these players together. We scouted them, we watched them, we know their games. We can make something out of them.
Yeah.
That you got to give the front office credit, but also give the head coach credit of putting those players in the right position. Also give the players credit because they fought and they worked hard. It wasn't like they tripped in the playoffs.
No.
You know what I mean? They were solidly in the playoffs.
Yep. So, hey, but yeah, give them women credit for not only making it to the playoffs, but giving the Lynx a nice little run for their money. We got to shout out your Fever, man. They upset the Dream today, as they will be moving on to the next round. The Storm and the Aces are going on as we speak. And the Mercy and Liberty have another game tomorrow. We'll see what happens there. The Mercy, they won yesterday. But how you feeling? Your Fever, even without Miss Clark, they moving on.
Cassie Mitchell put up 24 points, and I've been saying it. Cassie Mitchell, she was first team all WNBA, and she deserves to be in it. I keep giving her the praise, but you know what I'm saying, because she deserves the praise. We didn't miss a step after CC went down, after Kayla Clark went down. We didn't miss a step. We continued to ball hard. Well, let me talk about it. It was looking a little shaky there for a minute, but we got it together. Shout out to Natasha Howard. Shout out to Aaliyah Boston. We put a team. They put a solid team together, even without Caitlin Clark there. So I ain't gonna stunt you, man. Before we was doing the pod, the game. I was watching the game. It was close, but I was like, damn, man. I think Atlanta gonna get us. You know what I mean? Like Bree Jones, her and Aaliyah had just got into it before I came up here to start the pods. I'm like, I don't know, man. We don't. Alicia Gray, and she had hit a three. I'm like, yeah, they might. I think Alicia Gray hit a three there. Howard hit another three right after a couple plays after. I was like, yeah, man, they might get us. They're gonna. It's we had a good season. I'm giving we had a good season talk after this, and I looked before we saw the pod. Oh damn, they won. They man. I gotta go watch the fourth quarter replay. You feel me? Because I had already counted us out. My apologies. My bad. But I felt like we had the potential to win because we smacked them up in game two, but game two was in Indiana. That crowd does go, even though Caitlin Clark ain't playing, that crowd still goes crazy. The fans is still showing up. So I was like, man, it's a little home court cooking. All right. Nah, we was able to carry it over to game three. Surprise me. My apologies. Real quick. I was watching the Mercury in the Liberty game yesterday. Man, I seen in the first quarter, I'm like, all right, Liberty, they already won one. They won the first game in Phoenix. They going home. It's game two. Yeah, they ready to sweep the Mercury up out of here. AT and the Mercury said, hold on, player. Hold on, player. Watch yourself now. And they end up blowing out the Liberty. So I do want my plan is to watch that game tomorrow because I want to see how the Liberty respond because you had an opportunity to close it out at home.
Mm-hmm.
You got your doors blown off in game two. I want to see how they respond.
Hey,
Especially going to Phoenix to play this game.
So yeah, and I mean that's the defending champ. The defending champs is looking a little shaky. They gotta win one on the road to move on to the next round. But we'll see what happens. Playoffs starting to heat up. I guess we might as well still talk about it. You still rocking with the Lynx like me?
Yeah, man. I'm ain't shout out to my people, but ain't nothing changed, dog. That ain't changed whatsoever. I'm still rocking with the Lynx.
Got you. So let's go ahead slide on over to the college life. We got college football. I want to point out early. Me and Q, we said it early. Georgia got that win. Now I was saying Tennessee has a little bit of a shot to do some things, mostly because it was on the road. Tennessee should have won that game. I was busy Saturday, but that was one game that I watched. I watched that whole fourth quarter. I was at a bar watching it. I was at a bar in Canada watching that fourth quarter.
Little simple flex. Little simple flex. I was at a bar in Canada.
But yeah, I was at a bar in Canada watching that fourth quarter, and like I'm watching this game, and I'm with the person I'm with. I'm like, hey, Tennessee has a chance to win this game. And when the man went up to go for the kick, me and the person I was with, we had a little side bet. She was like, I got this Canadian $5 bill that I will let you have if he hits this. I was like, bet I'm about to have me a nice little Canadian dollar for as a souvenir. That man missed the kick and they went to overtime. I'm like, come on.
You thought you had that $5 in the pocket?
I thought I had my $5 in the pocket. I was hyped. I was like, oh, I'm going to take this Canadian $5 bill. I'm going to like hang it up on the wall or something. I was like, man, this is going to be a dope souvenir. So instead of having that as a souvenir, I go out to my car and I got a ticket for parking. So I got a parking ticket as a souvenir.
A parking ticket in a different country?
Yeah.
I mean to laugh at you, but that's funny, bro. You gonna laugh at
Yep, but that's what happened. But I did check out the other scores. Texas A&M Notre Dame was a barn burner. Marcel Reed, he's looking like a Heisman contender. Miami put BTA to South Florida, so that kind of puts into perspective what's going on with Florida. Texas beat UTEP, but Arch Manning does not look good at all. He does not even look like a Manning at this point. He's looking real shaky. We'll see what happens. Outside of that, I mean, what else stood out to you last week? Oh, Georgia Tech beat Clemson. That helps us.
it.
But outside of that, what else stood out to you last week?
Well, Georgia Tech beating Clemson. Like I told you, I wanted to see how Clemson responded. Mm-hmm. And they responded the way that I wasn't. I assumed Clemson was going to win, but I thought it was going to be a close game. A lot of people, not your experts, but your common fans, don't realize Georgia Tech's actually a good team. They have been building their program up over the past couple of years. Georgia Tech ain't no slouch.
Hey, remember when they used to just run the wishbone?
Georgia Tech used to be a slouch because it's hard to get in Georgia Tech if we be academic wise. Georgia Tech is a very hard school to get into. That's Georgia Tech is the ACC's Vanderbilt. You feel me?
Yeah.
Well, they got Stanford now too, so they got two of them things. They got two of them boys, two of them universities, two of those institutions. But Georgia Tech has been building their football program up. So I wanted to see how Clemson responded, and it was something like I said. I expected Clemson to win, but Georgia Tech would have the capability, had the team to beat it. So Georgia Tech is somebody we're gonna have to watch. Louisville's gonna have to watch out for in the ACC. Texas A&M another game. I was sitting here watching this game, having a little drink. Man, that game was good. Man, that game was good because, like I had the fish fry, so I wasn't able to watch Tennessee and Georgia. I ain't get to see none of that game. I said, hey man, it's the man of Bud looking out for a brother. I was able to get this game. And so, because I missed that when man of Bud looked out for me. Florida played, I was watching a little bit of it. Florida versus LSU. Florida didn't play horrible.
Mm-hmm.
They off DJ Lagway. A lot of people was expecting him to be that dude. He's turning out like you said with the Manning. He's turning out to be the dude that everybody expected him to be.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's necessarily maybe the coaching staff ain't putting him in the position, but I also saw him throw some interceptions that's kind of like
5 of them.
3 of them was, bro, why was you even throwing it there?
Yeah.
Like, what would you? That man wasn't open. And then if one of them was, you ain't see him right there in the middle of the field. Like, I'm not even a Florida fan, and I can feel the pain. I can feel the pain for a Florida fan after he threw that Lagway through that interception. I'm like, you don't see him right there. But at one point he was pressing because he knew he had threw a couple interceptions, so he was trying to overcome that. But he was pressing. But now those was the big takeaways that I saw last week. Forgot one. Vanderbilt, South Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Forgot one. I forgot all about that one.
Yeah, that was
Vanderbilt's ranked. Is that not crazy to think?
You literally just talking about they used to be the floor bat.
Yeah, they the smart. They the one used to be the school that was in the SEC to raise up
GPA up.
To run the GPA up for the rest of the schools. They was always decent in basketball, but in football they was the the graduation rate of the SEC look high, but that's because they got Vanderbilt. Yeah. They ranked, and South Carolina's a good team.
With a great quarterback, knocked him out the game. But even if they didn't knock Lenore Snellers out the game,
I don't think they won't win that game.
They wouldn't win that game. Vanderbilt dominated that game.
They not winning that game. But yeah, last week was all right. It had some good games. I'm excited for this week too because I actually ain't got nothing to do, so I can watch more for that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm busy, but we do got to talk about this week. We might as well go ahead and talk about our hometown team. We got Bowling Green. I drove by Bowling Green last weekend. Yeah, how you feeling? You think?
Man, it's gonna tug at my heart a little bit because Eddie George up there.
Yeah.
And he's the reason I'm a Tennessee Titans fan. So I won't, what I'm saying, I want Louisville to beat them, but I don't want them to beat them like I don't want them to do Oregon or how Oregon did Oklahoma State.
Yeah. And according to Insert Sportsbook here, we would like a sponsor. Just want to point that out. Louisville is a 26.5 point favorite. You think they'll cover that?
Yeah, I think they'll cover that. I will hope so. But can we have an honest conversation before we talk about the rest of the college football slate? We just talk about Louisville real quick, and I want you to tell me what you think. Why we always have these week 9 conference schedules? It's every year. Don't get me wrong, James Madison was a good team.
Yeah.
But this game was scheduled before we knew James Madison was going to be a good team.
Yeah.
At what point is U of L football going to play a little tougher non-conference?
Part of the reason, is I'm going to talk about a team that you was hating on last year. You still hating on a little bit this year. Indiana was like kind of scared of us and ran from us. That's part of the reason.
You're right. I forgot about that. You're right.
So
thank you.
They had to adjust. I mean, I'm okay with us playing the FCS team usually first. You want to get. I prefer not to. I prefer you just play a small team, but I understand. Help them out. Let's go ahead and get us. Make sure we get the kinks out of our team a little bit. I prefer you to just go to a group of 5 team or one of them teams to see like Bowling. If Bowling Green was first instead, and play a better team, man. You could have played them. Shoot, anybody as a power forward team, man. Somebody UCLA, well, UCLA don't look very good right now.
They fired their coach. You could have played them because they don't look too good. But at least they would have said you beat the Big Ten school. Hell,
Yeah,
you could have played Maryland,
yeah, I
Rutgers.
agree. Cincinnati, I would like us to play Cincinnati more. Play for the keg and nails a little bit more. Memphis, I know they're a group of our team, but that used to be a rivalry. I would like us to play them. Hey, somebody, but yeah, I
West
agree.
Virginia.
And honestly, now looking at our schedule, the way it's set up now, you looked at it when it first came out. I was like, okay, it looks, you got a couple tough teams. Looking at it now, Clemson doesn't look so hot. We thought that was going to be a tougher game. SMU really doesn't look as hot. I, I mean, our biggest game is going to be against Miami, who looks really good. They look like national championship contenders. Outside of that, Boston College, Virginia Tech, they just fired their coach. Uh, California looks decent. They look decent. We'll see.
Doctor say California do look.
We'll see.
California looks better than what we thought they was. I disagree with I disagree with the SMU, and the only reason it's really just because of their offense, right? My concern is, are we going to be able to keep up with them scoring wise? It's
Yeah.
going. Remember last year Louisville in Miami when Cam Ward was
Yeah.
quarterback for Miami. It was just a putting up points.
Yeah.
You had who was first one to 45, basically. I think that's what's going to be the situation with SMU because I don't know if I hope our defense could slow them down to 25 or 30, but I'm not 100% confident in that situation. So I think
Yeah.
the SMU game is still a tough game for that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, schedule doesn't look so high. Our schedule look a little bit tougher. I mean, I was saying maybe 10-2 gets us into the playoffs. I'm not sure with this schedule, depending on who I lost to, 10-2 can get us into the playoffs. I don't think it's strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
We might got to go undefeated or lose. Only game that we can lose, I think, to get into the playoffs is Miami. Outside of that, we got to run the table.
Can I be man being real? If we lose to Miami, only way we get in that playoffs is if we win the ACC championship.
Yeah.
I don't think
What if the Miami game is close
I
and
still don't.
maybe we play them again in the conference championship and that game is close as well?
Man, our schedule ain't tough enough.
Okay.
I just from my perspective, I don't think Louisville's schedule is tough enough to get an at-large bid if they lose. If they lose a game to Miami, now if we go undefeated and losing the ACC championship, then okay, I can see us getting an at-large. But nah, if we lose to Miami in regular season and then we lose in the ACC championship too, nah, I don't think we're getting it there.
All right. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the rest of the slate. College game day, they had Auburn and Oklahoma. We talked about John Mateer a couple weeks ago, and that man looks like a Heisman contender. Auburn, obviously, they look like a pretty decent team so far. They are ranked. Um, Nebraska versus Michigan. Nebraska has looked good. Michigan looking a little shaky here recently. We'll see. Notre Dame trying to get back into the winning column as they go up against Purdue. Should be a win for them. And Florida, Miami, that's another one that stands out. Florida, they trying to figure it out. Miami, like I just mentioned, looking like a national championship contender. And the last one that stands out to me is Illinois versus the team we kind of just talked about, Indiana. I got Illinois in that one, but what's standing out to you on this slate?
Well, in Indiana, Illinois, like you said, I've got Illinois in there because I ain't, I ain't fooling with the Indiana situation. South Carolina has a game versus Missouri. Let's see if South Carolina bounces back. It's going to be a little tough because it's in Missouri.
Yeah.
Tulane is going to play at Ole Miss. Ole Miss, 13th team, 13th ranked team in the country. Tulane was that one of those group of fives that we mentioned at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
They going on the road. It's going to be a hostile environment, but I want to see. I want to see if Tulane could beat if they can pull off the upset. That game's at 3:30. Now you know what I'm saying, Auburn, Alabama.
So should be a good
I mean,
slate.
I will Auburn, Oklahoma.
Auburn, yeah.
Auburn, Oklahoma.
You're right.
Auburn's ranked 22, or Oklahoma's ranked 11th. It's in Oklahoma. It's in, I kind of want, I ain't gonna lie, but I kind of want Auburn to win.
I mean, I think Oklahoma wins since it's in Oklahoma and John Material he looks like that dude right now.
Yeah, I see. I say Alabama, but yeah, Oklahoma. Oh, I want to complain real quick. Why is Texas Tech and Utah playing at 12 o'clock? I know it's Big
Don't
12.
know. It is even worse because it's at 12 o'clock our time.
Yeah,
It's 10
it's.
o'clock their time.
I get that it's big noon kickoff, right?
They
And that's
needed a
what,
big game, bro. They needed a big game for it.
bro, you making them kids play football at 10 in the morning? All right, all right, man.
The
All right,
big noon kickoff is probably one of the worst. It's not even that it's bad. It's really because
they make the.
you get these Pac-12 teams to join the Big 12. That's really the problem. Now you get these Pac-12 teams to join the Big 10. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Well, no, you also you get them Pac-12 teams joining the Big 12, and they got their contract with the Big 12 too.
Yeah.
You listen. All right, cool. I get that y'all want y'all game the big noon kickoff. So it's y'all want it to be the game that follows at noon. Maybe make an exception this week and let this game be the 3:30 game. It's no reason for them to be kicking off at 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't think that's fair to either team.
It's not even fair to even team, but imagine being a fan. Waking up. You guys start drinking early but so you can get good and lathered for that game. You wake up at most people don't wake up on Saturdays until about 9 at the earliest. Usually 10 start watching college game day. Obviously their schedule's a little bit different. College game day usually comes on probably what 7 o'clock over there. But still, I'm still not getting up to like 9. But you gotta get up about 6, 7 just to go ahead and get your pregame in, just so you can be ready.
Yeah, they can't. They got to drink with their eggs. Like this is really a brunch situation. You know what I mean? They can't. They scramble eggs and cheese with
None but straight mimosas and espresso martinis.
that. Well, streaming apps and run the world now.
Yeah,
I'm. We already talked about that.
yeah, we talked about it. We talked
Let me
about
let me shut up. Yeah, B.
it.
Let me shut up.
But we talked about the kids that get paid a decent amount. Let's talk about the men that get paid a lot. The NFL last week was a nice week, man. I kept up with it on my phone. My Cowboys got a victory, barely, but we did. Uh, how you feel about your Titans last week? They went up against the Rams. How you feel? Cam Ward looked okay.
I feel the same way. I felt the same way after we won. The quarterback's not the issue. We got that right. That's how I feel about my Titans, Tennessee Titans. We got the quarterback position right. Shout out to Cam Ward. Cam Ward is doing his part.
Rest of the team.
There's the rest of the team. You know what I mean? But I think the defense is going to get it because they haven't played awful. They have kept us in most of these games. We finally did score a touchdown after we won. We didn't. Yeah, we kicked 2 field goals before we actually scored a touchdown. But nah, I like what we did with the quarterback position. Just got to figure out the rest.
Gotcha. All right. So that's two quarterbacks. Speaking of quarterbacks, I want to talk about two quarterbacks. Firstly, me and Q, I gotta say it now. We was wrong about who is going to win the NFL MVP this season. Not because he didn't perform well, but because the man can't stay healthy. The man got grade 3 turf toe, which, granted, I knew what turf toe is. I knew it was like basically like a dislocation of your foot. You put a little bit more too much pressure on it. I looked into it a little bit more because they said he had to have surgery and he's gonna be out 3 months. Basically, like it's basically breaking like you turn ligaments in your big toe. I didn't realize it was that bad. I just thought it was just a little dislocation. It's gonna hurt. Maybe you can come back after a couple weeks. Nah, the severe ones, you going out for 3 months. So Joe Burrow's out for 3 months, which pretty much ends his MVP run that me and Q thought it was. We thought it was his trophy. Not gonna be his trophy. we'll see who gets it instead. But how you feeling? I know you're not a big fan of the Bengals, so you know deep down inside you was probably a little happy, but your MVP pick is wrong.
No, because simple fact, he my fantasy quarterback too. And not in the family league. If he was my fantasy quarterback in the family league, then I cool. I take my L. Yeah, he in the league. He my fantasy for the money.
Mm.
He my quarterback for the money. He out for 3 months, but that's why I don't fool with them daggone Cincinnati Bengals. I knew better. Right, raising my daggone blood pressure. Uh, but I'll just say I hate to see somebody get injured. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even though I don't like that team, I hate to see him get injured. I just want them to lose, but not lose him for the season. Now we do have to start asking the question: is he durable? Because this is going to be the third time, the third season he done missed majority of the season.
Yep.
So you know what they say.
Yeah, but they was talking about they were starting to compare him to Andrew Luck. He's played about the same amount of games, got hit more than Andrew Luck, and we both know Andrew Luck. He surprisingly retired out of nowhere while he was still in his prime. I don't think Joe Burrow would do something like that. I think he still loves the game. I don't think he's lost the love. Andrew Luck said he lost the love for the game. I don't know if Joe Burrow would, but it's starting to get similar. The paths are similar.
Yeah, nah, I don't think because some fact he got the weapons.
Yeah,
He know he could just throw that ball up to one of them. One of them gonna catch it.
yeah.
Andrew Luck wasn't in the same. He wasn't in the same situation. He now well, Joe Burrow do know his defense ain't no good. He does know that. And I honestly hate to see it, especially because there's a lot of quarterbacks that have got hurt.
Yeah.
So already this year, Purdy got hurt. Like we talked about, Burrow got hurt. Jaden McDaniels, he's suffering from. I don't know if he's going to be out,
He's hurt.
but he's hurt, and it's somebody else. I think.
JJ McCarthy's hurt.
Thank you, JJ McCarthy. He's going to be out.
Justin Fields got a concussion.
Oh, I ain't know nothing about that one, but yeah, I remember JJ. JJ. They say he's going to be out anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough out here, man. These injuries is getting bad. But one more quarterback we want to talk about before we get into our NFL pick'ems. Last year's, if you guys remember, we did it a little bit later in the season, but I'm starting to see a little parallels. It's only 2 weeks, but last year we talked about Sam Darnold, and we talked about should he be in the MVP conversation. Obviously, he turned into who Sam Darnold has been at the end of the season. But Daniel Jones for the Indianapolis Colts, they nicknamed their man Indiana Jones, has looked very good in 2 weeks. My question for you, Q, is this going to be sustainable, or are we going to see New York Giants Daniel Jones anytime soon?
Uh, Jaden Daniels. I said McDaniels. I'm thinking of Miami's coach that might be losing his job. Man, you texted me this early, and I quickly got an attitude. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. You text that, and I said, bro, Daniel Jones is really out here winning with the Indianapolis Colts. It'd be different if he was out here winning with somebody else. He winning with a team. Then I gotta play this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at bowling talking to one of my bowling partners, and he a Titans fan too. And he was like, "We gonna lose to him?" I said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! You know he gonna mess up at some point. Let's just hope his downward trajectory starts with us.
Yep.
Is it wrong? I don't want him to get injured, but I need him to fail because he's playing us. Dion, I need him to fail. Start now.
Okay.
Especially because I said at the beginning of the season that he wasn't gonna be no good. So not only do I want to get my Titans a win, I also want to be right. So, like, who wants to be wrong?
So with that being said, we might as well go ahead and slide on into the NFL pickles. Perfect segue.
All right, man. Colts versus Titans.
I'm actually going with the Titans. I think Cam Ward to get it, and I agree. I think Daniel Jones isn't an awful quarterback. He's in the NFL. I just don't think he's any good. So we're gonna, I'm gonna go with the Colts. I think Cam Ward gets his first win.
Yeah. If we lose to Daniel Jones, unless Daniel Jones out here looking like
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones out here looking like an MVP candidate in 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need him to be Sam Darnold because Sam Darnold carried it, towards the end of the season, basically to that last week, and then the last week and then the playoffs, we saw who same Darnold. You know what I'm saying? Same Darnold. I need him to be the same Jones. Shoot, I'm going with Tennessee
All right. All right.
because I don't know how to not go with Tennessee. All right, Cowboys versus Bears.
Bears are 0-2. I'm a little nervous about my Cowboys defense. Not necessarily the whole defense. I'm nervous about the secondary because Russell Wilson looked like prime Russell Wilson last week, and it scared me. Malik Neighbors, that Lamborghini that I talked about, he looked like a Lamborghini, but I'm still gonna ride with my Cowboys.
All right, so I'm gonna go with your Cowboys. I'm gonna tell you why. The same bowling partner I was talking about, he looked at me and said, "Who can we beat?" Talking about Tennessee Titans. Who can we beat? At this point, who can we beat? It's no. I don't feel like it's no team that you can guarantee look in the mirror and say we could beat. I said, I feel like we could beat the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
I feel like they're worse than us. I'm going with
Yeah.
Cowboys. All right, Broncos Chargers.
The Chargers look really good, so I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
All right, I'm going with the Chargers. I'm going to go with. I'm. I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I don't because I feel like we're gonna agree on the next two. So this is my only chance to catch up because score 6-5. You got
All
6.
right.
Chiefs Giants. This is the Sunday night game. Why this is the Sunday night game?
Yeah, I mean, I know it's probably a little too early to flex. I don't even know why they put that there this early. I guess cheese, but I mean, I got the Chiefs. The Chiefs need a win too.
Well, people was expecting the Giants to be better than what they are.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs too because the Giants ain't looked.
They look good. The offense looked good against us, but I don't know what was up with our secondary.
All right, Lions versus Ravens in a potential Super Bowl matchup. That's why this is there because it's a
Yeah,
potential Super Bowl matchup.
yeah. Uh, the Lions were shaky in week one, looked good in week two, but it was against the Bears. The Ravens look good both weeks, so I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
All right, bet. So I ain't gonna lie. Part of me think the Lions is gonna win this game. I'm gonna go with the Ravens, but
Okay,
part of me think the Lions is gonna win this game. Matter of fact,
switching it up.
yeah, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna put the Lions.
All right.
I'm gonna be mad as hell today. Watch it, man. I'm gonna be mad as hell, dog.
So, but that is our NFL pick'ems. Leave a comment who you think is gonna win the games that we picked. And also talk about who you think gonna win the games in the college games we picked as well. I also want to know if you guys think this Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones stuff is true for real, but we're going to find out. We got so many more weeks in the NFL season to find out. But once again, thank you guys. We appreciate you guys for listening to us. That's been another episode of From My Perspective. Please like, please subscribe, hit that link in the bio for some merch. One more time, leave a comment on who you think is going to win in these NFL games that we picked. I'm your boy Dion. Thank you one more time, Q. Go ahead and take us home.
Uh, Captain Hayden moment real quick. Captain Hayden on myself because I was thinking of the wrong person. I said LA Sparks. It's actually the Washington Mystics. It is Sonia. I ain't gonna try to pronounce her last name, and then Kiki Effin was the other rookie I was referring to. So Captain Hayden on myself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'd have called Jaden Daniels, Jaden McDaniels. I'd have slipped up with the names today. So Captain Hater myself. You know what I mean? But you already know the best. It's your boy, Mr. Bell, aka can't say your name up on the spine. Might not put you in mind.